Good day, students. Welcome to mathgotserved.com. And this clip, we're going to be going over section 5.7 of our virtual geometry text on polygons. We're going to be looking at how to find perimeter and areas of polygons. A sample problem that we're going to be covering in this tutorial is presented here. Find the area and perimeter of the given regular polygon. So we have a regular polygon here, and we're to find the area and the perimeter. We're going to be using the formulas presented here. So if this sounds like what you are looking for, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. And we have 6 practice problems at the end of this presentation for you to try out to demonstrate mastery of the contents of this presentation. To gain access to our entire Algebra 1, 2, Geometry, Pre-Calc, and Calc courses, take a look at the links in the description below or visit our website at mathgotserved.com. To get us started, let's take a look at the formulas that will be guiding our problem solving process. We're at our website right now, mathgotserved.com/geometry, so you can visit this site for tons of resources to help you master geometry. We're going to take a look at the second section of our geometry formula collection, so just scroll down. We have our tutorials, vocab collection, vocab quiz, theorems and postulates, part 1 of our formula collection, and then part 2 of our formula collection. Under item 6, you're going to see area of a regular polygon. So you click on that. This is a formula that we're going to be using today. All right, so the formula for finding the area of a polygon is half the product of the apothem multiplied by the perimeter. Okay, think about the apothem as the measure from the center of the regular polygon to the midpoint of one of the sides. Okay, perpendicular distance from the center to the midpoint of one of the sides. That's your apothem. All right, and then S is the side. So if you want to find the perimeter, you just basically multiply the number of sides you have times S, the measure of one side. That will give you the perimeter, and then if you multiply that by the apothem and divide that by 2, you will get the area. All right, so the instructions for the examples that we're working on is as follows. We are to name the given regular polygons with the given apothems and side lengths, then find your perimeters and areas. Okay, so let's start with number 1. Let's name this polygon right here. So let's say this is the apothem. The apothem is 5 units long, and then each side length is 6. All right, so let's start by naming it. To name it, we just need to know how many sides it has. So let's go ahead and count that. N is the number of sides. So we have, starting from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 sides. Okay, so if n, the number of sides, which is n, is equal to 8, what does that tell us? So let's write this down. Number of sides, which is n, is equal to 8. That means that this is a regular octagon. Okay, it's a regular octagon. All right, so we're going to find the perimeter first because the area depends on the perimeter. All right, so the perimeter P, using the formula that we talked about earlier, is simply the number of sides n times the side length. In this particular situation that we have here, the number of sides is 8, and the measure of a side length is 6. Okay, this value right here. So the perimeter is simply going to be 8 times 6, which is 48. Okay, so it's the same thing as just adding. Since every side is 6 units long, you add 6 8 times. Is the same thing as 8 times 6, which is 48 units, sorry. All right, and then the area is given by the formula 1/2 times the apothem times the perimeter, which is the same thing as n times S that we just found. So the apothem here is 5. This is A. So A, the apothem is 5. So the area is going to be 1/2 of the apothem, which is 5, times the perimeter, which is 48. Okay, We know that 2 goes into 48, right? Since 48 is even, 2 goes here 1, 2 goes into 48 24 times. And then we just multiply 5 times 24 is 120. So that's the area of our regular octagon. So we have the area, perimeter, and the name. All right, let's take a look at question number 2. So for problem 2, we have another regular polygon here. So let's say that the apothem is 6 units long, and the measure of one side is 5 roots 3. Okay. Same procedure, we want to find the number of sides, use it to name it. So number of sides here is the same thing as the value of n. So let's count it. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 sides again. So since n is equal to 8, that tells us that this is what? It's a regular octagon. We know it's regular because we're told in the instructions that that it's regular. Okay, because that's a given. It says the given regular polygons. All right, so this is a regular octagon. Now let's go ahead and find the perimeter. We know what the formula is. Perimeter is the number of sides times the length of each side. So we know that n is 8. There are 8 sides here, and the length of each side is 5 root 3. So we just multiply these two. 8 times 5 root 3. Okay? We're multiplying irrational and an irrational. So all we just do here is just multiply the rational multiple of the irrational number, which is 5, by the rational number 8. And then we just multiply it by the irrational component. So 8 times 5 is 40. And then just bring over the radical parts times root 3. So 40 root 3 is the perimeter of our regular octagon. All right, let's look for the area now. Area is simply half of the product of the apothem and the perimeter. The apothem here is that perpendicular distance from the center of the regular polygon to the midpoint of one of the sides, so that's 6. So our area is going to be 1/2 of the apothem, which is 6, times the perimeter, which is 40 root 3. Okay? We can simply divide 2 goes here, 1, 2 goes into 6 3 times. 3 times 40 is 120 root 3. All right, notice I multiply the rational by the rational, so 3 is rational, this 40 is rational. 3 times 40 is 120, and then just carry over the irrational component and multiply it by the product of the two irrationals. So our answer is 120 root 3 as the area of our regular octagon in number 2. All right, let's take a look at question 3 and 4, 2 more problems, and then we'll give you 6 practice problems to try out. So for number 3, consider this triangle right here. Let's say it's 16 root 3 as the length of a side, and the apothem is 8 units long. So let's start by naming it first. The number of sides, as you can see, is 3, which is n, which is equal to 3. So this is going to be a regular triangle, or you can also call it an equilateral triangle, right? Okay. Let's find the perimeter. The perimeter is simply the number of sides times the side length. A triangle has 3 sides, and each side length measures 16 root 3. So the perimeter is going to be 3 times 16 root 3. So you just multiply the rational parts, 3 and 16, and then you multiply it by the irrational, which is root 3. 3 times 16 is 48. And then bring over the rational part, 48 root 3. is the perimeter of your equilateral triangle? All right, let's go ahead and find the area. Area is 1/2 of the apothem times the perimeter. Okay, so we're going to have 1/2 times the apothem, which is 8. And then times the perimeter, which we just found, is 48√3. Okay, so let's simplify this so it's easy to multiply. 2 goes here 1, 2 goes into 8, 4. And then what we're going to do is we're going to multiply 4 by 48√3. Okay, let's write it down here so you don't get confused. 4 times 48√3. How do you do that? You multiply rational and rational and carry the irrational, the only irrational that we have over. Alrighty? Had it been we have another irrational here, we just multiply the irrationals too. 4 times 48, 4 times 8 is 32, 2. Carry 3. 4 times 4 is 16 plus 3 is 19. 192√3 is the area of our equilateral triangle. Okay? All right. Let's move on to the last one and give you some practice problems to try out. So let's start here by naming what this polygon is. To do that, we need to know the number of sides it has. Let's also label the dimensions. 6.6 is the measure of a side, and the apothem is 9 units long. So how many sides do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 sides. So the number of sides, which is n, is equal to 7. So that means this is a regular heptagon. Regular heptagon. All right, so let's find the perimeter. The perimeter is going to be the number of sides times the length of each side in this particular setup right here. There are 7 sides since it's a heptagon. And then the length of each side is 6.6. That's what was given to us. Okay, so what we're going to do is just compute the product of 7 and 6.6. And that will give us the perimeter of our regular heptagon. Okay, so 7 times 6.6 is 46.2. That is our perimeter of our regular heptagon. And then we have to find the area. Area A is half of the apothem times the perimeter. The apothem here, as you can see, is 9. So our area is going to be 1/2 of the apothem, which is 9, times the perimeter, which is 46.2. All right, let's go ahead and carry out that calculation. What you can do is you can divide 46.2 by 2. So 2 goes here 1, 2 goes into 46.2. 23.1 times. So you have 9 multiplied by 23.1, and then you just multiply 9 by 23.1, and you get 207.9. Alrighty, so that's your area of the regular heptagon. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it's now your turn to do some practice problems. We have 6 practice problems for you to try out. So you have to name the given polygons, and then use the given apothems and side lengths to find the perimeter and area. Go ahead and pause the video presentation at this time. When you're done, click on the playback button, and we're going to reveal what the correct answers are. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Hopefully you had a chance to try out the practice problems. Here are the solutions to problems 1 to 6. Go ahead and check your answers. Alright, let us know, how well did you do in these 6 practice problems? Let us know what your score is in the comment section below. If you have any questions, about these practice problems or what we went over in the tutorial, just specify what your questions are in the comment section below, and we'll be more than glad to support you. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch this presentation. To help support our channel, do give us a like or a thumbs up. Really appreciate the positive feedback. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for updates to other presentations such as this and access to tons of support resources to help you with geometry. You can gain access to other resources at mathgotserved.com. Thanks again for watching and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.